All right, you ready, Keys?
Let's get it.
Get on your feet, Tiger fans. Let's get loud. Let's go. Let's get active. Let's go.
Yo, yo, we back. It's your boy Be Easy.
And it's your boy V-Keyz. And this is the You Played Though podcast. We back.
We back, man. Season 2, man. It's been long awaited, but you know what, man, Keys, we got a lot to talk about, man.
We do, man. So let's cheers off to season 2. We
Season
appreciate
2.
y'all rocking with us for season 1. We got a bigger and better season in store. We got more interviews coming. We got more in-depth analysis coming, you know what I mean?
We got high hopes for the season.
We gonna see.
We gonna see. Like Keys said, man, it's only up from here.
Only up.
All right, Keys. So it's been a while since we've been on the mic. We got a lot to talk about. We had a draft, obviously.
Yeah.
There's been some big trades in the NFL.
Yeah.
We lost some players to the draft. You know, good. Shout out to them. We're gonna get into it. And we also had a spring game, man.
Yeah, we do got a lot to go over. So yeah, like you said, we had the spring game that happened about a month ago now. So we can take you over some of the highlights of the spring game that we saw. And the first thing that kind of jumped out, yeah, Cade was looking ass.
Yeah. Hey, man.
I mean, he just but it's a spring game, of course. Like he wasn't looking that sharp. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So.
But I like that you said that, man. You got to call a spade because a lot of excuses was made for him, I think, last season. We were hoping to see that progression, and we didn't see it. There were quite a few games that were winnable games where he just made some, I want to say, just some novice mistakes. And the last thing you want to do as a Clemson fan is to come out for the spring game, you hype because it's your first football in a long time, see how the team looks. And the first thing you see is just the incompletions.
Yeah.
Some of the same things that we saw in the past.
Yeah, and then to add insult to injury, the backup quarterback Trent Pierman, he balled. He did his thing. He looked good in this time he had. He had almost a 50-yard touchdown run. He threw a nice fade to Bryant Westcott in the end zone. We'll get to that too. So he looked good. He's 6'4".
Yep.
Got some good signs on him. So I mean, we'll see how this continues into the fall practice and all that, and see if he can kind of make a push.
And one thing that we noticed in the past with Coach Sweeney, he would give the next up an opportunity to get some run, right? Of course, back then we were blowing teams out a little bit, but hopefully he gives some of the backups an opportunity to get out there and play, because if we get into a situation where we need them to have some game experience, right?
Yep.
So it was good to see him. And you just mentioned Trent Pierman, man. I think he had the first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, first passing touchdown of the game. And he also got somewhat of some wheels on him. Had 62 yards rushing. So
He got a little. He showed some athletic ability, and and I did mention he had a touchdown pass to Bryant Westcott, true freshman. He needed to put some meat on his bones, but he getting that Clemson weight room, and he'll fill out.
yeah,
But he looks like a promising recruit, like we've heard about. So if he can kind of develop into a star role, he got some twitchiness to him. I will say that he has some quick turning ability. You know what I mean? Kind of like Ray had, but as long as you got them hands though.
yeah.
As long as you got the hands, that's the first thing. Catch the ball, and then you can move and twitch all you want.
Got to be able to bring it in. And one thing that we struggled with was getting separation last year. We lost some speed because of course Cole got hurt, and we just we're not gonna talk about Bo. He out of here, but just didn't get the production out of him. And I think Adam Randall was hurt for a while. Right?
Yeah.
So just kind of struggling in that area, but it's good to see Brian Westco. And let's talk about defense, man, because we got some new guys out here making some noise, man.
We got some fresh blood. Another true freshman, Sammy Brown. He came in highly recruited, 5-star from Georgia. Hey, the boy like a grown man already.
Yeah.
He looked like a grown man, ready to start day one. Like at least ready to contribute. So he'll definitely be in that rotation, that linebacker.
I'm kind of liking the linebacker trio with Wade Woodass,
Yeah,
and we also got Barry Carter back.
BC season coming back. You know what I mean?
So-
He's coming back as arguably a top 3 linebacker in the nation. And he ain't number 3.
Yep. So he was also on. I think it was Fox Sports. They were looking at the 5 top linebackers. They were coming back. I think he was number 2. I can't
was
remember
in
who they had at number 1, but he's definitely going to be highly, maybe a high draft pick. We're gonna see.
Yeah,
We're gonna see.
we'll see. But I do like what we have in the middle there with BC coming back, and we'll see how Sammy can emerge in there.
Let's talk about the Dirty Bird sighting that we saw too. Keyz, man.
Yeah, we had a son of a Falcon, Jamal Anderson. Y'all, if that name sound familiar, he was former Falcon running back. Was this in the 90s? Late 90s, around. He played with Prime. Did he play with Prime at with the Falcons?
You know what? I'm not sure. Because I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, we'll check that. But Jamal Anderson, one of them cats that made the Dirty Bird famous. If you know what the Dirty Bird is, so his son, he linebacker for us now, Jamal Anderson, and he had a pick 6.
Yep.
And what'd he do?
Hey, he made it known. He made it known, man. He's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. We might turn into cornerback you out here if we're not careful.
Yeah, I mean we got a couple dogs back there in that secondary. We kind of get to them too, like Avion Terrell, AJ. His brother is another Falcon right now.
Yep.
So Avion he showed some good things in the spring game at corner.
We unfortunately just lost Nate Wiggins, but hey, man, he went first round, right?
101.
So we'll talk about that as well. But yeah, it was great. It was great to get to the spring game. I know we wanted to get out there, just wasn't able to. But we gonna Uplayed though. We gonna make some appearances in Death Valley. So just like last time, we're gonna go out there, do some interviews, talk to the people, man, touch the people, man, and it's gonna be a good season too, man. We just
Absolutely.
getting started. All right, so speaking of the draft, we had quite a few players drafted. Had Nate Wiggins go number 1. He went to the Ravens.
Yeah.
And we can talk about the Ravens. They looking like they might be a little scary, but
Oh yeah.
yeah.
We'll get to them. Yeah, Nate Wiggins went first as we expected. And then we got Rook or Row. Where he going?
Man, he going to the Falcons, man.
He going to the Falcons. We got another Falcon Tiger.
It might be Bird Gang. It's
Yeah.
looking like Bird Gang out here, man.
Joining Grady Jarrett on the D line, and which he has a similar game to Grady. You know what I mean? So we got Root, Grady, Pinion, that punter, AJ Terrell. Now they got Ray. So it's quickly becoming the Clemson Falcons out this mug. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
We had a lot of players go through there, man. They had Vic Beasley for a while, right?
Yeah.
So they're well versed in the Death Valley talent.
right down 85. So it's almost another home. For them Tigers.
Yep. And our star running back that we lost this to the draft, and I think he was a senior anyway. But Will Shipley, man, he ended up on another Bird team, man. He down there with Saquon and them boys, man.
Yeah, ship happens. He went, and I do believe we called it. I'm not sure if we called it on the podcast. I'm like, I can see him going 4th or 5th round because he did have an injury after that bowl game too, so that might have limited his participation.
Yeah.
Going forward, but he went 4th round, pick 127 to the Eagles. Fly Eagles fly. So,
We said for a long time he's kind of like a Swiss Army knife. He has potential to be Christian McCaffrey-like. I'm not gonna say he's on Christian's level. He's got a lot of work to do, but you gotta get in that weight room. But he has the ability. He has the shiftiness, and I think they're gonna use him right. So
yeah, we'll see.
yeah. Now this was a little bit of a surprise for me as far as where he went based on his production at Clemson, but XT, man, Xavier Thomas, man, he went to the Cardinals in the 5th round.
A 5th round pick. Let's go back real quick to the beginning of XT career, man. So his true freshman year was 2018. You know, with Trevor and the boys when we won the title, and that was, you know, we when I said it's the best D line and arguably in the history of college football. We had Christian Wilkins, Dexter Lawrence, Cleveland Farrell, Austin Bryant, Xavier Thomas, and all of them at one point had a first round grade. All of them went first round except for Austin went a little later, but Cleveland. He went number 4. Dexter went early, and Christian. We had 3 in the first round.
Yep.
Austin went second or third. So, and on that line though, Xavier was a true freshman, but he had some standout moments though. The sack on Syracuse stands out as probably his play of his career at Clemson.
And I think with that being said, as you walk down memory lane on that, Keyz, a lot of that could be attributable to the fact that these offensive lines had a lot to worry about, right? So I guess when the talent started to level out, he just wasn't able to get there, and also just being hurt, right?
Yeah.
So
he was hurt. I mean, he had about 6 to 12.
it seemed like it.
Yeah, so he was there for a minute, but he got picked up. So, I mean, we'll see if he can make the squad and be a contributor to the defense.
All right, so let's talk about this, man. Jeremiah Trotter, man. The Eagles picked him up. His dad played with the Eagles.
Yeah.
He went later in the 5th. How do you feel about where he landed? I feel like that he kind of fell late in the draft.
Yeah, he fell big time, and I'm not sure why. We're still trying to. I don't know if there was like an undisclosed injury or something that happened. Because he had several first round grades coming out. First round, I mean, I might have seen some second round, but I definitely saw several first round grades for him.
And he had a heck of a year for us last year. So
absolutely. But he's a son of a legend with Philly, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. So the axe is going down to Philly. So I expect Jeremiah to come in and be like an immediate contributor, man. He can make the squad, and I think he'll be beloved, man, because he's the son of an Eagle. You know what I'm saying? Of an Eagle legend.
Yep, I'm excited to see his maturation. He's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. He's a gamer. You can already see that a playmaker, right? He's a ball hawk. So, we gonna see, man. The Eagles have had some good Clemson B-Dog, right?
Yeah, Weapon X is to stand out. Plenty more.
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
All right, so let's talk about our last draft pick, man, Tyler Davis.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I felt like he was gonna get drafted, right? Yeah. He was a major part of our D line, but glad to see him. He went to the Rams.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see that the Rams lost Aaron Donald. So that defense is gonna be a little different.
That's a tall ask.
It is.
But Tyler's he's kind of a undersized defensive tackle, so I expected him to kind of go late. But I think he could carve himself a good niche in the league. You know what I'm saying, with the Rams. So good luck. Good luck to all the drafted Tigers, and then we do got some undrafted free agents. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. We'll putting them O-line.
Yeah.
So O-line was very attractive this year in the NFL, and also Jalen Phillips.
Yeah,
he
safety.
Went to the Chargers.
Went to the Chargers. So yeah, good pickups by the Raiders and the Chargers respectively. Yeah, you got some good guys there to add some depth to the roster.
Yep. All right, Keyz. So excited for the new Tigers that's in the league, man. Hope y'all had some great careers. Appreciate everything you've done for the squad. Excited to see what we have in the future, and we're gonna have some more draft picks, man.
Yeah.
So moving on from that, let's go ahead and talk about the NFL draft, man.
Yeah, so we can get into the draft as a whole, kind of just focus on like the top 10 picks of the draft. Of course, we can go all day with first, but the top 10 picks, I think everybody knew Caleb Williams was going number 1. No surprise there.
Yep. To
the Bears. Jaden Daniels, the Heisman winner, he went number 2 to Washington. How you feel about that one?
I think Washington. Of course, Washington needed a quarterback, right? Everybody knew Sam Howell was up out of there. I mean, they was just having issues with quarterback, so we knew that was going to take one, and everybody knew the Bears was going to get. Everybody knew the Bears was going to get Caleb, and I think Jalen Daniels was. He was talked about so much. He was going number 2, right?
Yeah. Then we got Drake May going to the Patriots at 3.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that this one's a head scratcher, but I don't really, I don't think Matt Jones was for the organization. I don't think he was
Not the answer.
terrible, but I don't know if they have enough around the quarterback to really make Drake May that guy, right? Hopefully, he gets an opportunity to sit and they don't just throw him to the wolves. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean he's a little more athletic than Matt Jones, but I mean I get it. So
Yeah.
he had 3. And who went number 4 though? Who went
Man, number 4, man, Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin
Said
Harrison.
Marvinson.
Yeah, Marvinson.
But,
Hey, man.
yeah, he linking up with Kyler Murray down
Yeah.
there as a Cardinal, so I think that'll be a duo to watch out for.
Yeah. Hopefully he can see over the line when he's throwing. But
I know,
anyway,
But he a dog, best receiver in the draft, best receiver probably in the last several years,
Yeah.
easily.
and Kyler Murray, you can't ask for no better weapons, man.
Nah.
You've had some weapons, man. You've had some weapons, man. You had Nuke. Now you got Marvin Harrison Jr. If you can't get over the hump, man, question's gonna be there. But anyway, so the Chargers, man, they had pick number 5, and they got Joe. I really don't know too much about him. O-line from Notre Dame.
Yeah, good pickup, offensive lineman.
Yep.
A lot of them, like I said, a lot of them went first round, so he was the first one to go.
Mm-hmm.
Then at 6, who the Giants got at 6?
The Giants, they got Malik Neighbors.
It's another LSU boy.
Yeah.
Receiver. He had a season. He had a monster season with Jaden throwing him the rock. So, going to the Giants, I mean, we'll see if Danny Dimes,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, can form a connection with him.
I mean, and what we're seeing this trend, man. When you got these elite quarterbacks and they matching up with a very talented receiver, it's gonna pay dividends for both players because you probably gonna get drafted if you one of the number 1 quarterbacks in college football's primary receiver. You are
Yeah.
going to get a look.
Yeah, you are. Absolutely.
All right, so Alabama, they had another old lineman. Drafted J.C. Latham.
Yeah, to the Titans.
Went to the Titans.
Big boy, big pickup because Titans do need some. They need some help on that O-line.
Yeah. And Keyz, man, I think this was the biggest head scratcher that everybody was talking about on ESPN, on different podcasts. But let's talk about who the Falcons just drafted.
Big Penix energy. That big Penix energy.
Hey, they said they had to have it, man. I mean,
That was definitely the surprise of the draft of the first round. Like to see him, because they said Kirk Cousins, didn't know he was frustrated. Why you pick him up? But I think it's a great pick. I liked it, and I particularly like that he went over J.J. McCarthy because I don't know why. We'll get to that in a second. I don't know why they kept hyping him up, especially over him. Just because he wanted to chip. Yeah, you wanted. I mean, but that's because Washington didn't have a run defense. Y'all just ran over him. So he's done nothing in college. McCarthy has that I've seen that make him a bona fide NFL quarterback.
Yeah, I think he benefited from the defense. He benefited from the players around him. I'm not going to say that he's not talented, but out of all the quarterbacks that were available, I didn't see him as I put him on a Bo Nix level, to be honest. But maybe even a Spencer Rattler. But anyway, we'll get to that. So yeah, to pick him up, I would do it if I was the Falcons. One, because you got a young quarterback that can sit behind a mature quarterback and learn, right, and then be your franchise quarterback after that. You did, and you got him on a rookie deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
You spend a lot of salary cap on Kirk Cousins. We'll see how that pans out, but
Yeah, because he's had some injury history, so
Yeah.
Penix is a good insurance policy, what have you, just in case, Kirk Cousins gets hurt again, which he's got hurt, several seasons. So
we'll see. We'll see if the Falcons are going to be competitive, man. They're making a lot of moves, but we'll see. So the Bears, man, they picked up Rome Oduzane.
yeah, back-to-back Washington picks. That was Penix's top target. So that's another great pickup for the Bears, man. That offense is gonna be humming.
Yeah, man, they got a lot.
I mean,
They got a top gun, and they got some bullets, and you got some targets to throw to. So, and we just talked about J.J. McCarthy, man. He went number 10 to the Vikings. The Vikings had to pick up somebody. I don't know. Is he the answer, Keyz?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Boosie just said it all. Like, no, he's not.
Yeah.
Next.
We gonna see, man. He going straight out into the fire, so we gonna see.
Yeah, so I mean,
But yeah, man, Keys, let's go ahead and talk about the Panthers, man. Let's go talk about the Panthers and the Jets
Okay.
because this is our Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously, we ain't had a whole lot to cheer for last year.
yeah. So we can actually talk about our teams a little bit. We made so the Panthers made some decent offseason moves. Still not a fan of Tepper at all. Never will be. Never was. Not now. Never will be. He's just a clown. Don't know what he's doing. But we did. So we got Xavier Leggett out of South Carolina. You know, he a Gamecock, but I respect this game. We got him in the first round, and he's so excited to come to the Panthers. He didn't know what to do. He told his family he wasn't gonna cry and everything. You know, he said, "I'm a Panther now. I'm going there." So
Everybody, man. I just want
Yeah.
to thank everybody. I came out here and I didn't want to cry, but I'm just you gonna get everything out of me, man.
hey, you gotta love him though, man. South Cat, that South Cat coming out. We South Carolina boys, so shout out to Leggett first round. Then we got Jonathan Brooks, running back from Texas in the second round. That's a good pickup too.
That was a great pickup, man. That was a great pickup.
So some weapons for Bryce Young, but our main concern was offensive line, which we did pick up one or two in free agency. So I think with the line being better, you got a top target in Leggett, and you got Thielen coming back at 49 years old. So I think he'll be, he can't. I mean, he was great as a number one last year. I mean, because we had nobody else. He had a 1,000-yard receiving season at 34, 35, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. It's always more fun when the home team is good, man. You get excited. Uptown is jumping.
The economy is popping. I mean, like I said, ain't gonna be nothing like them Cam years, like the 2015, the 16, the 17. We not to say we're not gonna get it back. It's gonna take some time to recapture that. But the NFC South as a whole is still not. I mean, it's still kind of winnable though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's still
It is. I mean, but you got the Buccaneers. Honestly, I think the Falcons and the Panthers are probably on the same level.
Well, I mean, I do get the Falcons an edge because you do have a veteran quarterback. So I give them the edge with that.
Yeah.
And so we'll see how it play out. We'll see if our offensive line can gel. We'll see what happens in fall camp. But I heard them Jets, them Jets, they picked up a major player though. That's what I heard.
Yeah, man. It's looking nice, man. We're gonna get into the draft picks, man. In the first round, we took Olu Fashanu.
Great pickup.
Yeah, out of Penn State. Big boy.
Big boy.
I think he's gonna come in and make an immediate impact.
Is he left tackle? Or he on the line?
Yeah, he left tackle.
Yeah,
he left tackle. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers, we got you some protection, man. And we got Jonathan Brooks. No, sorry, y'all got Jonathan Brooks.
We got.
Yeah.
I think we got Jonathan Brooks.
Yeah, Malachi Corley out of Western Kentucky.
He nice too though.
Yeah, they saying that he got to put on some weight,
Yeah.
but he's kind of like a Debo Samuels that run after catch type receiver.
Yeah, from what I've seen from him, he can be like an underneath because you got Garrett Wilson. You can go outside, and then I'll let you introduce the big free agent pickup.
Man, we got that guy, the real Mike Dub, man.
Yes, sir.
Number 18. I can't wait till them jerseys is available.
He gonna be 18 or 81.
18.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can't wait until that's ready. I wish he was 81, but that 18 jersey, you're gonna see it over here, man. So I'm really excited about that. We got weapons.
Yeah.
We still got Aaron Rodgers targets, Alan Lazard. I don't know, we got to see who made the team, but we got some weapons, man.
Yeah.
So.
And I ain't gonna lie, 'cause I'm still an A-Rod fan. So like the excitement from last year, game 1, 2 plays later he out.
Mm-hmm.
Still won the game, beat the Bills. And looking at that division, the Bills lost Stephon Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if A-Rod can stay healthy, the line coming together.
Yep.
Mike Williams become a player, and I mean.
Now I will say
y'all doing some
this.
damage.
I will say this. All right, now, you know what? I'm gonna say that for later.
All
I'm gonna
right.
say that
All right.
for later. But so that was our key draft picks. We got some free agencies. We got a lot of movement. We'll talk about that as well. But let's jump back on these Tigers, man, and talk about some of the
Yeah.
players that are coming back that we're expecting to see some growth or just expecting them to really ball out, right?
Okay. We're gonna start. Let's start with defense. Let's
Yeah.
start with defense. So, of course, we do got some good names on the defensive side. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna actually start with Barrett Carter. We mentioned him earlier. So he should be coming back because he ended last year on a kabang. Like
On a tear.
that the bowl game versus Kentucky was like literally one of the best games I've ever seen by a Clemson defender. He was all over the field, had a pick, recovered a fumble. Like, I mean, he was the reason we was able to kind of secure that win. The defense will be anchored by him
Yeah.
in the middle.
He would not be denied, and I think through the conversations about him coming back, he said that hey, I can't remember what he said verbatim, but
Yeah.
I believe it was along the lines of unfinished business,
Mm-hmm.
and that he want to put Clemson back on top, man, where
Yeah.
we belong. So it's he all in, man. So
Yeah.
also we got Peter Woods coming back, and his name has been in the headlines. D tackle. He was a true freshman last year.
Yeah.
He showed out.
Mm-hmm.
We're definitely going to hear his name. I know he's been in the weight room. It's going to be year number 2. He's going to be stronger, faster. So just can't wait to see his maturation.
So and I do feel like Peter Woods will be definitely all ACC first team. I'm projecting him go all ACC first team, and even get some All American, possible All American team like second, third team. I think he's that good. He's that talented, and I can't wait to see how he develops this season.
Yep.
And so then also I'm gonna do 2 more players real quick. So also on that end, you got T.J. Parker though. And he had some show out moments last year as a true freshman defensive end. So with his athletic ability on the outside, coupled with Peter Woods in the inside, like I think we gonna have a line again. We're gonna have one of the fearsome lines like the 2015, 2016, where we got some cats on that line.
Yeah, trust me, we gonna need it because we need our offense to be on the field, man. We need our offense to be on the field. We can talk about it. I don't know who we got backing up Phil Maffa. We're gonna take a look. I know we got some freshmen that came in. Probably need to put on some weight.
Yeah.
But we gonna see. So talking about Phil Maffa, you got No Shipley. He's gonna be the number 1 running back.
Mm-hmm.
He had a heck of a year last year.
He did.
He did his thing. So looking for 1,000+ yard season out of him. And
Yeah. He definitely had his best game against Notre Dame. And he had a great game against actually 4 touchdowns on Kentucky.
yeah,
So that was a bowl record for that. So yeah, we're not quite sure the depth behind running back. But just real quick, like the last defensive player I want to touch is Khalil Barnes at safety. He was a true freshman last year too. He made some great picks, some great plays in that secondary. So him with Avion back there anchoring the secondary, I think we'll have a decent secondary this year with them boys back there. So
and to tell you the truth, man, we really, as much as we're disappointed that we lost 4 conference games last year, our defense, they showed up to play.
yeah,
So
every game.
it's hard to hang your hat on the defense and really have anything bad to say about them. But I think this year we're going to have another good top tier defense. So
Yeah.
big things that I'm looking forward to is to see some maturation out of our quarterback,
What's his name?
Cade Klubnik.
Okay. So, what you looking for out of Cade? So we touched on it some and like about his spring game, and it looked kind of lackluster. I mean, he made a couple decent plays, but overall, it just didn't look like he matured. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what you looking for out of Cade right now, this season?
So this season, out of Cade, I'm looking for him to really, number 1, improve his decision making.
Yeah, number 1.
Because it seems like he's unsure of himself. Should I scramble? Let me change this play and do this or do that. Like, I just want to see his decision making. Take care of the ball. Number 2, don't turn the ball over. Take care of the ball, and let's not put our defense in poor situations. And I really want to see if he's able to take advantage of the speed we got downfield. So Antonio Williams, he's
Yeah.
supposed to be. Hopefully he's healthy.
Hopefully he's healthy. He's had some problems
Hmm
with his ankle and all that. So
We got Adam Randall. He's a big body.
he was a grown man in the
Mhm.
spring game. So
We
the
got-
physicality, yeah.
You got Jake Briningstool out there.
Yeah, 6'4", 6'5", big target, and he balled out last year too. He was really our number one for most of the season at tight end. But
And Cole Turner, he should be healthy.
yeah, and that's our fastest receiver.
Yep.
So you saw in the ACC championship game the year before last, he took the top off North Carolina.
Tyler Brown.
Yeah, true freshman last year, made some plays, made some great plays out of Greenville. So
Got freshman Bryant Wesco.
Brian Wesco. So I mean,
The receiving core is there.
We-
So I really I mean, I don't know what else to say, Keys.
you get me excited. Be easy. You get me kind of excited though. You get me kind of excited.
I mean, we've been called wide receiver you before.
So who?
So we need the quarterback to
Yeah.
bring that to fruition, right? I'm counting on you, Cade. Look at this camera right here. I'm counting on you to get these boys draft stock up. It's on you.
It's on you.
So let's.
And with that said, with this core of receivers we got, that like if everybody's healthy, that's the main thing. Antonio was out, Adam Randall was out, so we really had to depend on Jake and Tyler Brown for large portions of the season.
Yep.
So, I mean, this core can, I mean, if you look at some of the names, I mean, it kind of feels like
We got talent everywhere. I
like
forgot-
20, like some receivers Tars had, like when he had Jerron Brown, a young Mike Williams, Martavis Bryant as a true freshman, like all them boys got drafted. Renfro was a freshman.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like, well, not with Tars, but I'm saying, but this core kind of reminds me of like some Tars years, to where like, all right, we got some weapons. We got Jake as the big boy, as the big body. We got Adam Randall as the physical. How tall is he? About 6'2".
Adam, how tall is Adam? Yeah, I think he about 6'2".
But he
might be 6'2", 6'3".
But he's a physical receiver. Like he been in that weight room, you could tell. So then we got Cole, if he could stay healthy, burn the top of him, and Antonio got the speed. Antonio's kind of all purpose though. He can go underneath, he can go under, just like Tyler Brown. He did a lot for us though.
Yeah.
So
And he got something to prove too, man. Turner got something to prove. I forgot about Troy Stellato too. I mean, he kind of
Yeah.
showed up.
he did a couple things in the slot last year. So yeah, we just need that reliable slot receiver, that Adam Humphreys, that Hunter Renfro, that we can is third and Renfro. You
Yeah,
can throw it third and 4, third and 5. He going to slot and he gonna be open.
that security,
So-
that security blanket, man. So we got some talent, man. We definitely got some talent on offense. We got some talent on defense. We already talked about Wade and our linebacking crew. I mean, I feel like we in good shape, Keys.
Yeah, well, the only thing we didn't touch on is the O line. So, I mean, it was looking porous at times, especially in the Duke game.
Yeah.
It was looking poor at times. And other times, like when we went on that stretch, we beat North Carolina, we beat Notre Dame, North Carolina back to back ranked wins. I mean,
Well,
it was holding their own.
well, Keys, let's talk about the transfers that we got in.
All right, let's talk about them.
Yeah.
We didn't get any. What's the next question?
Yeah, man. I wasn't gonna speak on it, man, but just to touch on it real quick, man. When you have transfers leaving out and you're not getting transfers in, I mean, it really puts a heavy burden on your ability to recruit and having guys step in and step up that, maybe, just aren't at that upper echelon level like you expect to be. So I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna see how it turn out. But yeah.
Yeah, so just to wrap up our returning players. So went over the offense to defense. I feel like I'm feeling I got a little bit more optimism now when they name names, and I feel like our secondary can compete, man. I feel like we got some dogs back there. They was young last year. They grew up a little bit, so this will be another kind of grow up year. But we got a dog out there, Avion, on one corner. And like I said, Khalil Barnes, and R.J. Mickens coming back too, right?
Yeah, R.J. Mickens coming back. Yep.
He's a veteran back there, so we'll have some veteran leadership. And I think even Wade can kind of. He was a little hybrid. He might can even slide to safety, on a couple plays here and there. But
I think we picked up his brother too. I don't know what position.
oh yeah. So I mean, I feel pretty solid about our depth right now. So
Hopefully we can get some depth in the kicking game.
yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's go ahead and move on.
yeah, we was doing good. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Yeah.
All right, man. Shout out to the Tigers. All right, so there's a lot of our competition who got some key players coming back, and there's some key quarterbacks that are coming back. It's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. Our first game this year is against Georgia.
Against the
I
Bulldogs.
think it's at a neutral site.
It's in the A.
Okay, it's in the A. So
So I mean that's pretty much a home game for them. Even though we're not far, but it's
yeah,
Mercedes-Benz Stadium it's a home game for them basically.
it's gonna be tough. I know they felt like they got cheated out of the national championship with that one loss to Alabama late in the season. But it is what it is. You lost the ACC. I mean, you lost the SEC. And you got Carson Beck coming back. I mean, it's gonna be a tall task, but we preparing for it. So, what do you think about them Georgia Bulldogs? They're gonna come with a different type of fight the way they got treated.
And they do have a name that we know all too familiar that just got added to the squad this year. They get one of them ETN boys.
Yeah.
They got Trevor.
Boy, Trevor.
From he came from Florida. So if your last name ETN, you got burn on you. You got speed. So he's a speedster. And I think he gonna
Florida
fit
just
right
didn't
in.
know how to use him. And they didn't have the offense to make him successful, man.
And Georgia's running back you.
Yeah.
I mean they turn him out. So I feel like he gonna fit right in. I'm not sure what they have at no Diddy, but I'm not sure what they have at receiver like that. I'm sure they got some some dogs out there, but Carson Beck's a veteran, and the way they just whitewashed Florida State,
Man. Man.
what was like 40? Was like 50 something? To nothing. I mean, at halftime they was up 40. I'm like,
I don't know. I don't even think PAT watched that one. But all right. So another quarterback that's returning without Nick Saban this time is Jalen Milroe.
yeah. So So I don't even know if we had even time to discuss. So I guess the biggest kind of news of this year and all season, Nick Saban retired.
Yep.
So I mean that's the GOAT coach, the GOAT college football coach. So the Nick Saban effect has been real. Like it's been players left and right transferring to Alabama. But they got Jalen Milroe coming back. He came on as a late. He was trash at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
He was looking trash, not developed, couldn't throw long ball. But he came on.
He started to play towards his talents.
Yeah, and they got that extremely lucky win on Auburn.
Yeah.
So I mean they really should have lost. But
that corner of the end zone.
yeah, that was defense. That's terrible. That's on the defense coordinator.
That prayer that was thrown up. Yeah, I mean,
You think he'd be a Heisman candidate? Like leading?
if he is, it's just because of the state of college football. I
That's-
don't think he's really as talented. I don't think he's Heisman level talent.
He self-proclaimed it though, remember?
He did.
That's what he said. So if you said that, hey, and first of all, he didn't get invited. He said it last year. Like I think did he do the pose after the Auburn game? I think he did the pose and everything.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, you can't do that no.
Yeah.
Unless
To me, if you Heisman candidate, you got to be. Now I'm gonna say the sole reason your team is winning, but you got to be one of the biggest catalysts to that, right? It can't be all about the defense. It can't be all about the receivers and the running backs, and you have to be able to, as a quarterback, you got to be able to put the ball on target, man. It was just too many scenarios where that wasn't it. But Alabama was such a juggernaut that it kind of masked a lot of that.
yeah. So I mean, we'll see what Bama can do without the first year without Saban. I mean, you naturally expect maybe a little bit of fall off, but we'll see. It's the SEC.
Yeah, and then your recruiting ain't gonna be the same. You're gonna have players that just it's gonna be hard. You got a new coach and having to transition into that. It's gonna be some change. But let's talk about that Texas boy, man, Quinn Ewers, man. He coming back.
He was good, man. He had a good season. Started off the year by beating Bama at the crib. That was a huge win. That's probably Texas' biggest win that in the last minute. You know what I mean? So he kind of put Texas back on the map. They're like a kind of thought of as a contender a little bit now with him.
Sarkisian is a good coach, man. I really wasn't giving it to him like that, but he's
did he?
Yeah. Pause. Golly, that was so wild just now. Anyway,
Mason Campbell be proud of that one.
Woo, man. Hey, man,
He wasn't giving it to him like that.
It's rough in these streets, man. No diddy.
Sarkisian, yeah. I mean,
Sarkisian, man, he's a decent ball coach, and it just makes me wonder if Quinn Ewers didn't leave, and you got who's their backup?
I think he goes by the name of Arch Manning.
Arch Manning. Yeah, I ain't heard his name too much.
I haven't either, but I do know, like, when he got in the game, the crowd went crazy. So, of course, and I mean, pretty much with any team, the backup quarterback is going to be a celebrity because especially don't let the starter be struggling. And Quinn Ewers might have had some moments. He wasn't great or nothing, but I mean, he had an overall good year. But they probably blown somebody out and they put Arch in, and it was like they went crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see if he's ready to get some PT this year. But, Quinn Ewers I expected him to be a Heisman candidate.
Yeah.
Starting off the year.
Arch, he getting them NIL checks. So, I mean, I guess it's a little easier to sit behind somebody now when you still getting paid. But, it's we gonna have to see something, man. We're gonna have to see something at some point. But anyway, let's get down to one of the more popular quarterbacks in college football, Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
Last year didn't go the way they wanted it to go. Man, they ended up winning 4 games.
Yeah, I mean, it started off hot and sexy, though. You know what I mean? Like, beat TCU. Just came off a national championship. I'm like, okay, they beat them, and then they beat somebody else. I forgot who they won the second game. Then they had the classic game versus Colorado State.
Yep.
That went to overtime and all that. Dude put a dirty hit on Travis Hunter. But Shiloh coming back, man. I think he still need to put on a little weight. He has great accuracy, great awareness in the pocket.
Shedeur.
Yeah, my bad, Shedeur.
Yeah.
Great awareness in the pocket, great accuracy. He'll be a top draft pick, but he still has no offensive line. So
that was the biggest questions, right? Offensive line, the ability to run the ball, and I think I can't remember Dixon, number 3. One of the top running backs, he transferred out. I mean, we gonna see, man. We gonna see. I want to see them boys do good because there's a lot of people rooting on them to fail. But you can't deny Shedeur's talent. He's a talented quarterback.
Yeah. So keeping it with the Buffaloes real quick, and you also have one of the best players in college football. Period. Like I just mentioned, Travis Hunter. He played both ways, receiver and cornerback, and he's arguably the best athlete in college football. Yeah. He's up there. I mean, the way he can go get a pick and he can go get you 150 receiving.
It's almost like with the talent that he has, he's pretty much shown enough to get drafted first round.
Yeah,
right.
He really has.
I mean,
versatility.
It's not a whole lot he can do to mess that up. But yeah, excited to see him do some great things.
Let me ask you this: so if you had him, if you could only play on one side, where are you playing him at? Corner or receiver? If you had to pick one.
I'm gonna put him at receiver.
Okay.
I'm gonna put him at receiver because he's just so dynamic. And he's playing in college. You can do that, play both ways. In the pros, it's a different animal. And them receivers get paid.
But he has no better teacher than Primetime himself, the best corner to ever do it. So
no better teacher. But at the same time, I'll say this: if I'm in him, I like playing defense. But at the same time, you want to go where you're gonna be respected, and they don't really give the defense that much respect. You could look at the draft, and you can see the top 10 players were all offense.
Yeah, and that's true. But I would actually say I think he's better at corner because if you can play receiver, you know the routes. You already that good at corner anyway, and you're one of the best athletes out there. So you know the routes. You know what I'm saying? So that makes it easier for you to cover a little bit. And you was already nice. You already getting picks.
Yeah,
You
it
know.
speaks to your athletic ability because playing cornerback is one of the hardest positions to play, right? Because it's all reaction.
Yeah.
But yeah, really excited to see him here. We support the Colorado Buffaloes. We Clemson fans, but we support the Buffs. We support Prime, and can't wait to see what it look like out there.
Yeah.
So we talked about them. We talked about ETN, Travis Hunter, Shiloh. Really excited to see Shiloh, man. He's a man. He knows how to put pads on these offensive players.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do this year too, man. Like another year of development for him. So
Yeah. He's doing his thing. Shout out Shiloh. So let's go ahead and talk about Florida State picked up
who they got?
DJ.
Who?
We Ungule.
What? Why did that sound familiar? Oh, because he transferred 12 times.
Yeah,
oh,
man.
okay.
Hey.
Talking about the cat he keep running.
Yeah, man.
He keep running.
He for the streets, man.
He's a runner. He's a track star.
He for the streets. Who, if you got the bag, he can throw some passes. So, you know, I don't know how to feel about this. This is where the portal kind of gets annoying to me a little bit.
Absolutely.
You know, you leave Clemson, you go to the Beavers, right? They had a decent year.
Same record we had.
Same record we had. You transfer out to Florida State. Florida State had a good season. They won the ACC. Undefeated, won the ACC. And to me, Jordan Travis got hurt, and shout out to the Jets, we picked him up. Jordan Travis gets hurt, and you fly over to Florida State, right? Because you want to ride that wave. It's hard for me to respect that. I can see if you're a player, you're not getting the playing time, or you get replaced, and you want to, be able to showcase your talent. You chase it back or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's hard for me to respect it, but it's college football, man. And Florida State is out here willing to pay for it, man. So
yeah, I mean, like with the DJ thing, we've been on it before. I really don't respect it, like the way he left and kind of took shots at the Clemson coaching staff. And then you said all that just to leave Oregon State, though. So, like, who is it? And now you're going to Florida State. Like, you weren't on nobody's draft board.
Yeah.
You got all this experience. You wasn't on nobody's draft board last year, so you got run from another team. Come back to the ACC to a team who just won. And don't get me wrong, he did some decent things with Clemson, but it was also times where I said he was the worst quarterback I ever seen. So, well, I mean, we'll see what Florida State. I can't wait. We're gonna have down with circle like, hey, Peter Woods, T.J. Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all put that boy in the dirt, boy. You know what I mean? Get his jersey dirty.
Yeah, and we playing in Tallahassee this year, so we're gonna have to go down there and take it because they came to Death Valley and got one on us. So we gonna see. I think we went through them all, man. The only one we didn't talk about is Amari Hampton.
Amarion, yeah. I mean, he's one of the best running backs in the nation. I expect him to be this year for the Tar Heels, so we'll see if he can continue that trajectory.
Yep. All right, so with that being said, Keys, definitely excited for college football. It's almost like I can smell it in the air.
16 Saturdays.
16 Saturdays, man. But let's go ahead and talk about the NFL. So outside of the draft picks and this young talent that we got coming out of college, coming into the NFL, we've had a lot of changes in the NFL with different personnel either getting traded, getting picked up in free agency, or retiring. I mean, it's just a whole lot going on, man.
So we back to the league, man. It is a lot, like you said, and we can try to kind of run through them.
Yeah.
One of the big splash moves, Stephon Diggs. Now he with the Texans. No more Bills. Now he with the Texans. So Josh Allen is kind of looking void at receiver, but he just got Keon Coleman in the draft from Florida State, so that's going to be probably the new number one for Josh Allen. But Stephon going to the Texans, I think they're about to be a little dangerous offense.
Oh yeah. He's and to be honest, I was thinking about this on my way to the gym. Stephon Diggs, he has to come in and he has to make an immediate impact and he has to produce because you had what is considered one of the top 5 quarterbacks, and you wasn't able to get over the hump.
Mm-mm.
There was talk about you clashing with the quarterback.
Yeah.
That's never a good sign. You had that same situation with T.O. with a couple of his quarterbacks, Donovan McNabb and Tony Romo. So
Well, yeah. Well,
once that narrative starts to get put out there, you got to come and produce.
well, I'll say this. T.O. is one of the best receivers in the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs will never will be that.
Yeah.
So I think him being the focal point and being the number one, it just ain't work because I don't think he's a true number one. I don't. I think I said that before when I said that the Bills window closed and they lost and whatever. So
Yeah.
this will benefit him. You got Tank Dell. I forgot the other receiver name real quick, but when he's not the primary focus, I think that'll benefit him more. You know what I'm saying? As a team in the team aspect, because
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, it's kind of like the Juju and Antonio Brown scenario. Where
Yeah.
you got number one, Juju gonna get off just because Antonio
Yeah.
on the side.
But then he thought he was him.
Yeah.
And then he found out quickly he wasn't.
Yeah. Hey man,
So
hey, you dropping some gems out here on them keys.
I'm telling you,
Dropping
man.
some
Like, so
gems, man.
I think that benefits them. So yeah, man. Who else moving teams though?
So also with the Bills, I just want to touch on this because he's a Tiger man. Shaq Lawson's out there. He's a free agent. Can't wait to see where he lands.
Yeah.
And another big splash was Christian Wilkinson, man.
Christian Wilkins.
Christian Wilkinson. Christian Wilkins.
Christian
The
Wilkins.
Tiger.
Yeah.
Man, he out of the MIA, man. He in Vegas, man.
He going to Vegas.
Yeah,
Okay. So
man.
he about to run it up in Vegas. So
He having a outside of the NFL. I know he having fun where he at, man.
boy,
To go
in
from
to
Miami to Vegas.
Vegas. Yeah.
Hey,
So
congrats. And
Yeah.
he got paid.
and yeah, still as one of the top D linemen in the league.
Yep.
So
Shout out to him, man. And then I don't know if PAT happy about this or not, or how you feel about it, but man, Ezekiel Elliott, he's back with the Cowboys.
Who?
Ezekiel Elliott. I'm not sure if anybody was checking for him like that.
Do y'all remember that name? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ain't nobody checking for him no more, bro. So
Yeah, but the Cowboys, they lost Tony Pollard, which I mean, it's not like they had a great running back core anyway, and whatnot. But outside of that, Zach Wilson, we got him up out of New York.
Mm.
I mean,
how you feel about that? You happy?
I'll say this: I feel like Zach was blamed for a lot. There was challenges that we had with the offensive line and things like that. He had receivers, he had splash moments, but he just wasn't developing as fast as we needed him to. I don't think he was ever going to be our quarterback of the future. So I guess you got to get him out of there. We got Jordan Travis out of Florida State, and Jordan Travis, I feel like he was a good quarterback. He got hurt.
Yeah.
But just giving him the opportunity with the draft capital that we had, I think was a good pickup. So. And I think we also got I can't remember who it is. Maybe it's Tyrod Taylor.
On the bench.
Yeah. On the,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we got Aaron Rodgers, man. We gotta get our money's worth.
Yeah.
But one loss that we had, Bryce Hall.
That's a big loss on offense.
No. Brees Hall is the is the running back.
Yeah. Okay.
This is our corner.
Yeah.
He had a good season last year. I hate to see him go, but hey, it's kind of what happens. Man.
You still got Sauce back there, and then you still got Quinton up front, and you still gonna have an extremely solid defensive unit.
Yeah.
So he gone. So Odell. They said he broke up with Kim K, right? Allegedly. So I mean,
man, I don't know what's going on there, man.
yeah. I mean, first he broke up with Trey Songz. Now he with Kim K. Now, yeah. He been all over the place. But anyway,
he Hollywood out here, man.
now he's a Dolphin. From the Ravens to the Dolphins, so he joining Tyreek and Waddle. So, and I seen the meme that said, "Who gonna stop this trio?" And they said, "The temperature below 70 degrees." I'm like, facts. The boys cannot win no cold weather game. I don't care who they got, bro.
Hey man, Kansas City gonna be tough to beat regardless.
Yeah,
they just paid Travis Kelce all this money. I mean, don't let it breaking up the squad. But anyway, so we talked about that. Talked about Odell, but you guys just picked up one of Carolina's
Legends.
legends, man.
Yeah, Rock Hill's finest. Doo-doo.
Mm-hmm.
Jadeveon Clowney. Um, yeah, man. So, he's kind of, he was number one pick in 2014. So this is 10th year. So he's kind of bounced around a little bit. He's not the same. Of course, not the same number one pick that looked like he was going to be like the best defensive end in the history of the league when he came out.
Yeah.
Um,
He was looking
but-
like LeBron out there, but
But I mean, he could still. I mean, we lost Brian Burns, so I mean, of course, I don't think he's gonna match that production. But
yeah.
he could be serviceable. I think he could still be decent against the run, but he just don't have that splash, that that get off no more like he really used to. So, but it's depth, and do your thing, bro.
Yep. And Joe Mixon, man, he left the Bengals and he's with the Texans now. We just talked about the Texans. They're gonna be a tough team to beat.
Yeah,
This was one of the surprises for me, man. Calvin Ridley.
yeah. He's going to the Titans.
Yeah.
So
That's one of Trevor's weapons, man. It's gone.
yeah, and real quick, I did think about Joe Mixon real quick. So yeah, you got him and the weapon. So yeah, Houston, we have a problem.
Yes.
Calvin Ridley with the Titans. I mean, they got an offensive lineman. They still got Newt. I like the quarterback, like the rookie they had. I mean, he was kind of straight. He a dog though. He got some dog in him. So I mean, they beat the Jaguars last year. The Jaguars had a chance to make the playoffs by beating the Titans, and they took the L. So I mean, they kind of building something where they can. I mean, they might can compete in the division a little bit
They the number one team in Texas. I'll tell you that.
in Tennessee. Oh, I'm talking about the Titans.
Oh, you talking about the Titans?
Yeah, with Ridley getting Ridley.
Okay.
But the Texans. Oh, no doubt they the number one team in Texas.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not a question.
Speaking of the Texans, man, they lost Derrick Henry. I mean, I don't think it was a surprise that he went to the Ravens. So
Ooh, that 4th and 1. That's gonna be. Ooh,
gonna be-
pick your poison.
it's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. Russell Wilson went to the Steelers, and I don't know. I think there's talks about the fact that he's gonna be the starter. I think he's on a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
Deal because he's getting paid so much from the Broncos. I mean, it ain't like you really got to give him too much. But between him and I can't remember who.
Justin Fields.
Justin
They got.
Fields. Yeah, Justin Fields.
So and they was talking about putting Justin Fields at kick return a little bit too. I'm like, I don't know if you want to do all that. Like, just
Yeah.
go ahead and because Russell Wilson can get hurt too. So it's like, I mean,
yeah.
Justin Fields kind of came on, a little bit, last season. So he could be serviceable, for the Steelers. So
Another one of our Tigers, man.
Yeah.
Hunter Renfrow, man. He's a free agent.
yeah. So I mean, I think to be real with you, I think the Panthers should pick him up. I mean, we need help in every which way.
Yeah.
So
Y'all could benefit from a slot receiver, especially with a young quarterback.
yeah, absolutely. That's a safety blanket. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll see where he land up.
And then the namesake, man, Keenan Allen, man, he left the Chargers, longtime Charger. He's playing with the Bears now, man. So that's another weapon.
They got another one, man. They I can tell you, man. We're gonna talk about them later, but they gonna be dangerous, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be different down there in Chicago. And we already talked about, man, the real Mike Dub
Mike Dub,
coming to New York to play with Aaron Rodgers.
yes
So,
sir.
Definitely excited about that. And another splash, Saquon Barkley, man.
Yeah,
Same division, man, but he's playing with the Eagles now.
that's gotta hurt, man. You go inner division from the Giants to the Eagles, and don't let them be healthy, bro. Like that tush push. You forget about it. No, you can already forget about it now, but you got Saquon too.
Yep.
If you stay healthy,
Yeah, Saquon, you got Ship, man. They gonna make some noise, man. Now they lost DeAndre Swift. He went to the Bears. Speaking of the Bears, man, the Bears making some moves, man.
they made some moves, bro.
The Eagles did lose Jason Kelsey.
Yeah, one of the best centers the game has seen. Went ahead and retired. So great career. Got him a chip. So and we just talked about Justin Fields. He's a Steeler now from the Bears. We talked about Kirk Cousins earlier. Now he's a Falcon. So we can see if he can remain healthy and see if Penix can learn behind him a little bit. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So until he becomes the man, which I think he will be in the A.
Yep. Learn how to be a professional, man.
Yeah.
And then we already talked about your boy, man, Brian Burns, man. He got traded to the Giants.
Yeah, I mean, I really do hate to see him go, but Wishing the best up there. Now he playing with our other boy Isaiah Simmons up there, so I think they're gonna have a nice defense. They should. So
Yep. We talked about the fact that Aaron Donald retired, so the Rams, man, they're losing an anchor on that defense.
and is he? I know this is a novice. Yes, is he? Is he a top 5 defender of all time? All time defensive player.
I think you have to give it to him because of the fact that he was so dominant, undersized. He's dominant, and he was able to get the ring too.
Yeah,
Right. So
I definitely give it to him.
I mean, it's hard not to. He's definitely Hall of Fame.
Oh, first ballot, not a question.
So a couple more Tigers on the move. We talked about Raven McLeod. He's going to the Falcons from the 49ers.
Yep.
And also from the 49ers, Cleveland Farrell, man, he's going to the Commanders. So
He's a commander.
yeah.
He's a Washington man, so hey Cleveland, hey get off, man. It's your time, man. So he hasn't really done much splash since he was the number 4 pick when he came out. So we want to see that potential, man. So hey, do it up in Washington, man.
Yep. And one of the last ones we're going to talk about, man, is Chase Young. He's going to be on his 3rd team.
It's not really a good look considering like his potential he had coming out. So I mean, we see what he'll do with the Saints in NFC South. I mean, you don't get much to chase after quarterback wise in the division. So I mean,
Yeah. So you gotta stand out, or you're gonna look like Clowney out here, man.
yeah, you're gonna look like a team hopper.
Yeah.
I mean,
But yeah, man, definitely excited about this upcoming football season, man. It just feels like when football season is around, man, it's just different. It's a different atmosphere. Right?
yeah, man. Every day is special, man. Because like as soon as all right, so we got Saturday college football. So then we could do that from 12 to 12.
Yep.
And you got Sunday the NFL football, 12 to 12. Do that. So then you got Monday night football. So it's like for me, man, I just be so excited. Like you said, with football, it's like after Monday night, man, it's like you just waiting the whole week to get to Thursday. You just you got Thursday night football, which
Thursday
has
night football.
been trash, for the most part. But if they put a couple more marquee games in there, mix and match, that'll make Thursday night football better.
Yeah. But definitely excited for it, man. We got a lot of things coming this season. Definitely going to do it bigger and better. Thinking about doing some giveaways for the folks, man. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's definitely do it, man.
We're gonna do some giveaways, man. Do some polls and whatnot, and get you guys more involved with us this year, man. The Uplayedtho way. So definitely can't wait to get out to some of these games and chop it up with you guys. We will be in Death Valley this year. You know how we do. We're gonna get there early, right? By Lil John,
Lot
set
A,
it up.
Lot 3A. That's where we aim to be at.
Yep.
So
So yeah, man.
yeah, season 2 is officially underway, and we're glad y'all been rocking with Uplayedtho. Like I said, we got some bigger things we got planned for the season. We still got some interviews we have to share with you guys. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and we got some more that we're working on that we can get presented to you. And throw us some names, some former Clemson greats, some NFL players, some NFL Clemson guys, or anybody that y'all want to see on Uplayedtho.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
We're
Let's
gonna
them on
get
the
you.
show.
We're gonna get you guys back involved, man. We're gonna take some more calls from you guys. Let you guys kind of tell us how y'all feel, man. How y'all feel about the team, some of the changes and things, and how you feel about this upcoming season in college football and in the NFL, man. But until then, man, season 2, we out.